All right, so lately I've been kind of changing over my workout from the walking side of it, and I'm trying to get running again. Now, I know I said walking's the way to go, but there might be some benefits that I've overlooked, and there are a few issues that I'm having that I need to address. Thanks for joining me today on my channel. And this is Discovering My Fitness, and I'm on my weight loss challenge. And what I'm looking at today is the difference between walking and running for my daily exercise. So I do have a reason that I am switching from walking to running, or gradually switching over from walking to running, but we're going to get into that in just a bit. First, I want to let you know some of the information that I found in comparison to walking and running that may help you to determine how you want to set up your exercise program to help you lose weight. All right, so as far as burning calories, you can run, and I'm not talking like speedster running, I'm talking like a jog, run, but putting in a little bit of intensity into your step as compared to running. You're going to burn in the same amount of time, approximately double, or maybe even more actually, calories in the same amount of time you're doing the walking. And you're essentially activating the muscles in a more intense way. And so that is, of course, going to burn more calories, and you're doing the same amount, but getting more calorie burn out of it. So because of that factor, running actually becomes more time efficient. So if you're wanting to burn a certain amount of calories, or you're trying to get your weight loss to a higher level, you're having to walk for a long period of time or a long distance to be able to get the calorie burn that you're looking at getting for your diet or weight loss. And essentially, running can do that for you in half the time, and maybe even less. And you're going to get far more benefit out of it because of the activation on the muscles. Now, because of that activation on the muscles, running has a little bit more ability, especially in the legs, to build muscle, whereas walking really isn't going to build a lot of muscle. You may notice for a short period of time that there is some strength building up, but essentially running is going to do far more that way because of the impact and bounding and pushing off with muscles in a more intense way, and doing that consistently while running is going to have far more effect on muscle building for your legs and lower body than your upper body. And of course, the interaction with your core while you're running is going to be a little bit more intense as well as compared to walking. So those areas are definitely going to see the potential for a little bit more strength building, muscle building, and in that terms, running is going to have more benefit for you. Now, for anybody who's losing weight or started exercising, you haven't been exercising for a long time, running can definitely have more of a detriment and possibility of injury. The impact of the running itself can cause injury. And of course, because you're not stretched, it can have injury. And of course, if you're trying to run at a higher intensity, muscle pulls, muscle strains are definitely more likely running than walking, just due to the nature of the intensity. Now, as far as food intake, you're going to feel less, or it's less likely you'll feel hungry after walking, just due to the fact that there's not that much intensity. You're burning fewer calories over the same amount of time, whereas running, although can maybe induce that hunger because you're burning more calories faster, there is a hormone that is set off when running that can reduce the urge to want to eat after exercise. So there is that kind of combination there where the running may burn more calories, triggering you to want to eat more. But if that hormone is triggered through the intensity of the running, you're probably not going to feel like you need to eat right away. And so in that case, there may be actually a benefit to running. And if that is true for you, then that would definitely be a benefit when doing weight loss, because you can go and do your exercise, have less hunger or desire to eat post-exercise. So running is definitely going to be, well, I shouldn't say definitely, but has a greater benefit to cardiovascular health. You're going to definitely improve your lung capacity. You're going to improve your cardiovascular so you're going to improve that whole situation. I'm not going to get into details. I haven't really prepared many notes for that. But here's the thing. If you have a greater effect on your cardiovascular health through running, the benefits of running definitely outweigh walking. So if you're trying to improve that side of your life as well, in combination with losing weight and trying to get more physically active, that is definitely something you should consider. How much running can you incorporate into your weight loss program or your diet program, your exercise program, to help you improve that area of your life as well. Now, improvements in your mental health, walking out, especially outside in nature, if you can get yourself outside, summer is very nice for that, can improve your moods, your mental health. But running also, again, can trigger certain effects in the body where it's going to kind of create more of a happiness mood. So those endorphins kind of kick in, and running definitely can help you in that way and make a lot more positive experience out of it, just due to the chemical reaction with your body. And again, I'm not getting into a ton of detail with this, but running can have that extra little boost for you as far as your morale and your mental health. And if this is something you're interested in, you definitely want to look that up and see how that can benefit you. And maybe running 2 to 3 times a week might be that thing you need to kind of change your overall mood and perspective in life. And of course, if you're outside doing it, it's going to be a positive thing in nature as well, similar to walking. So in conclusion, running definitely can have more benefits for you in the weight loss and in other aspects of fitness, mental health. But I myself had to start with walking, and I know for myself, I definitely didn't have the strength and ability in my core or my hips to be able to do the running. So why I'm changing now? Well, I've noticed that walking on a daily basis is actually causing a little bit of strain in my body, and I need to look at other ways of doing that. So I've considered biking. So I bike regularly, so I alternate walking and biking. But walking for an extreme amount of time, like 1 to 2 hours a day, does tend to, I have stiffness, a lot of stiffness in my hips, and it seems to be that it is getting worse, and I'm not able to stretch past it. So I've started running recently, and doing that running seems to actually help because I don't do it for as long a period of time. I'm doing it very slowly, and technically if you saw me running through the park, you'd be like, what is that man doing? He's not walking, he's not running. Well, yeah, I've kind of found a happy medium, but I'm really at a point in my physical ability right now that it's more of a shuffle, but I do get that higher intensity. I don't have to have a ton of impact. I keep my steps very small, and I'm not bounding because of my weight, and the strength in my knees and hips really don't have that. Not, to be honest, I do feel it in my ankles a little bit. But by doing the short little bits of running that I do, I find my body does recover on a daily basis. So the next day, even though I might have done that running, I'm feeling better. Whereas the walking tends to stiffen me up, and those issues that I've just finished telling you about, they kind of stick with me. And then even when I go out walking that in a day or two, I am still like actually at a point where I'm sore. So I'm trying to get away from that, and I'm trying to give my body the calorie loss that I need doing shorter distances, but also hopefully increasing the intensity and getting some cardiovascular benefit out of it. I'm combining it with walking right now, so it's a walk run, and technically it's probably not quite even a run yet, but the intensity is increasing, and I can do it for a shorter period of time. I'm getting more benefit, and I find that just in the short amount of time I've done this, my body has had a positive reaction to the change in exercise, where my hips and knees aren't quite as sore as they were when I'm walking for a very long extended period of time. Like if I'm walking closer to 2 hours a day, I can really feel that for 2 days, even 3 days. And it's really hard for me to kind of maintain a regular exercise program if my body doesn't recover from those longer walks. Now, I've looked at different things of how I'm walking, whether I'm walking on pavement, what kind of shoes I'm wearing, making sure that I am stretching myself out. So all those things haven't really had the positive effect of making me be able to walk longer. So changing to a little bit of running has actually been the positive mood that I need. And I totally 100% lost my first 40 pounds with the amount that I was walking and building up my walking. But I got to a point where my body just couldn't handle it on a daily basis. And so I'm struggling with the physical activity side of it. So changing up a little bit is good. And on the biking side of it, I am biking 2 to 3 times a week. I'm biking for an extended period of time, like 1 to 2 hours. And that seems to be doing well. And I don't have the same kind of issues from biking as I do from walking. And I'm hoping that this combination will kind of move me forward onto my next phase. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Go ahead and click subscribe and like. Follow along on the series to see if I reach my 160-pound goal, which is coming up roughly 6 months from now. So I'm not halfway yet, and I'm falling behind, but nonetheless, I'm making adjustments so that I can keep exercising and keep losing weight. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.